Okay, so here we are. We're gonna make some jerky. I wasn't just gonna make a jerky video of me making jerky. I had to bring in the professional.
My name's, like Casey said, Brock Ball, and my family owns Valley Natural. We've been making beef jerky for over 40 years now.
And you can literally use any of the meat. You know, we always like to use the rump roast that we don't like, or like the neck meat, the brisket meat.
Some of the best type of meat to use is lean meat. You don't want to have a lot of fat in the jerky.
Well, let's make some jerky, man. This is the rump roast off Shay's Elk that we're going to use. This is the size you want, the thickness anyways. You can just take your knife and cut them and just judge them with your eye, but do it when they're semi-frozen because they're easier to cut and judge.
You want to try to get it as consistent as possible.
Now we're going to come actually in thinner slices.
So you want to keep each cut fairly consistent.
Oh yeah, and always wash your hands before you make jerky.
Good point. Don't wave your knife around.
Yeah, and don't ever point your knife at anything you don't want to stab. I don't know why, but every time like I see raw meat or I cut it, I just want to eat it raw. We just noticed while we were cutting up the bullet hole from where Shay shot this elk at. That's a lie, but it kind of looks like it, huh? All right, so we got our rump roast cut up, as we're gonna do 2 different seasonings.
What we ended up doing was just went to the store and picked up 2 out-of-the-box recipes. We got some crushed chili peppers and some cracked pepper.
I don't think I've ever had a recipe, a jerky recipe that I stick to. I get stuff that I like and I mix it together, throw it in, and it usually always turns out pretty good. The one thing I do want to say though is when you get these packets like we have here, they have preservatives in them. So you can make your jerky and they'll stay good. You know, you throw them in the fridge or whatever, leave them in your truck for a few days. But if you don't use any preservatives, the jerky will go bad. Okay, well let's get after it. It comes with basically 2 packages, and I think this is actually the flavor, and then this is the cure, so your jerky will last longer.
Exactly.
It's like Viagra for jerky. Mix this seasoning in a bowl and got your black pepper all mixed up, ready to roll.
And they have ratios. So this one is for 15 pounds of meat, and I think this one's actually for up to 12 pounds of meat. Yeah, so dump your cure in.
Okay, so you just mix those together, break the chunks up.
Yeah. His is more of like a brown sugar type of a base. It's kind of what it looks like, where mine's more of a salt and pepper. You can just take it and dump it in and mix it up by hand. Yeah.
Seems like you can never have enough flavor in jerky.
If you have like a dry, like a rub similar to this, that's really powdery and salty, you just put it on because it's really not going to change the flavor. If it's more of a wet look, similar to what Casey has, let it sit overnight. Just make sure it's in the fridge, cover it up.
Basically, the longer you let it sit, the more the meat's going to absorb the flavor. All right, well, let's just lay it out and we'll throw it in the oven.
You probably want to put them close together, just where this is a smaller sheet. But you don't want them to be touching because you need the heat and the air to circulate between all the pieces.
Let's talk about time.
Okay.
What temperature do you like to do it at?
Usually what we're doing is low heat for a long time. That's generally kind of what happens.
You don't want to cook the meat, you want to dry the meat, correct?
Yep, you want to just dry it out. So if your oven goes down to 200, you can put in at 200 and put a little cup of water just to help keep a little moisture in the oven so it doesn't get super dry. Close it up. We're at 250, so a couple hours.
All right, so it's been what, an hour? Let's check her out, man. Looks pretty good.
It does.
Let's try a piece and see if it is good. That's good. That really is.
Yeah, it is.
And that was what, 2 hours of our time? Send me your video responses of you guys making jerky. I want to see it.
Thank you guys so much for giving us some ideas for flavors. Marshmallow,
cotton candy.
Cotton candy.
If you guys don't know what he's talking about, I asked you guys to go to Golden Valley Natural's Facebook page, the link's down below, and give them some ideas of some new flavors you guys would like to see, or your favorite flavors of jerky. And they got some really cool responses.
Yeah.
There was like habanero, hot habanero, there was ranch, there was bacon, there was some cool
Cajun.
stuff. So you guys are gonna try a couple and see how it works. But seriously, send me your video responses of you guys making jerky. Try it however way you want. It's hard to mess it up, but do it. It's a great snack. It's fun, and me and Brock do it. We're pretty awesome. So you gotta blow it up, make it rain while you pick up a piece of turkey, and then. Today we make meat mustaches. That's good, actually. Did you eat yours?
I put it in my mouth.
I was like, no, it's not good.